What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another Sister Wives freaking video, and this one right here is all about season 17 episode 11. And in this one in particular, we are going to be focusing on Christine and Janelle's conversation after the aftermath of last week's episode when Kody Brown stood up and went absolutely berserk, got angry, and the whole shebang. But with that being said, though, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, that is a member of Patreon, and that is a subscriber as we continue to grow. And with that being said, let's get into it.
So I'm going over to talk to Christine because after the last conversation we had when we were all together, it was pretty rough. Hey, how's it going? Good. Oh, you're super cute. I know, I'm trying to decide if it's fall. I was a little shocked at Kody's behavior. He was just angry.
When we were talking all together, they're saying that was a mess. That was a terrible conversation. It was terrible. I really thought it would go so much better.
I was surprised, and I thought, you know what? Maybe it's okay because everybody needs to express their emotions.
But then he lost it.
She's treated you like dirt from the very beginning. That's the relationship you have with her. And that's the reason I'm angry. That's the reason I'm pissed off. Is because you never tried to have a really good relationship with these other people.
That's not true.
It's just
I did.
vomiting out of me. Because I've sat here with it just like, Christine, try and do this. You wanted to renegotiate a relationship with me, but you wouldn't even have a decent one with them.
I'm surprised because I didn't realize I wasn't giving Robyn a chance. But I certainly never thought that I was being mean or mistreating her in any way. So I was so shocked.
I mean, listen, let's break it down real quick. Janelle, on the other hand, doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know why she's surprised, to be honest with you. I don't think that Kody's reaction was really a surprise. So that one really and truly is beyond me. Now, with Christine, on the other hand, okay, I feel like she's acknowledging that maybe she didn't actually give Robyn a chance. But at the same time, she's also acknowledging that she wasn't actually aware that because she wasn't given a chance, maybe some of her reactions were maybe out of proportion. Maybe some of the things that she did were, you know, ingenuous, or some of the things she did may have come across actually quite cruel towards Robyn. But the fact is, though, despite that, Christine has been saying for years that Robyn is the favorite. Robyn is the one that gets the favoritism. And I'm pretty sure Janelle has been on the same wavelength too. I mean, obviously, these are things I'm still learning right now because, of course, I'm only now, you know, tracking back to the past seasons. And obviously, for the people who do know, at this moment in time, I am doing season 2 of Sister Wives on RetroMADNESS. Okay, link is down below. But at the end of the day, because they know how he favors her so much, Robyn so much, it shouldn't really come as a surprise how defensive he got, how protective he got. Maybe it came as a surprise how he got up and got loud and whatnot. Maybe that was a surprise 100%. But at the same time, this is Kody. So I'm actually quite interested. I'm actually quite fascinated how they're acting like, yo, where did I come from? I feel like it should have been expected. And to be honest with you, when you look at this scene stuff in particular, when Kody got up and was doing his madness, all the wives were just sitting there just quiet, like, especially Christine, she was like, yeah, this is Kody. Yeah, let's continue. Oh no, but I will say this, obviously, Kody was wrong. Get up, to get loud, to get aggressive, all that kind of stuff, 100%. And I do feel like in that moment when he said that Christine had been treating Robyn in a certain way, that was the moment where Christine could have been like, wait, hold up a minute. All right, cool. Maybe I can hold up my hands to not being the biggest fan of Robyn, but I just want to put out A, B, C, D, all these points of the way of why she's behaved the way she has, and hopefully that can give some form of an explanation. But she didn't really take that chance to really give that explanation. But at the same time, though, maybe she knew that it wasn't worth doing it because Kody wasn't going to listen regardless. It really depends, doesn't it? But let's continue.
Add his aggression, and I was expecting people to be hurt. I was expecting it. I didn't know that he'd be volatile, and I didn't know what to say to him. I'm like,
he's been like, it's been deep. Like, I've been watching him, and he's just really, it's like, he's been sort of agitated and angry, and I think he hasn't known how to express it, and unfortunately, I think it all sort of came out like, it surprised me, because he was so loud, and he was so angry.
The sacrifices that I made to love you, wasted!
The timing seemed weird, but I think it's just he reached his point. It sounded the other day like he just didn't even want to see Robyn or Meri again, and I think that's how Robyn felt. Like, she walked away and was like, okay, I guess see you, and she was quite emotional.
no, I didn't mean it like a cut and dried, it's over. That's not what I was trying to convey at
I'm actually
all.
glad to know that, because I think,
That's how it came across.
I don't know.
It was really hard telling Robyn I didn't think that I could do more. And, you know, after the conversation, I realized she was talking about her kids, too. You know, it sounds like you'll continue to have the relationships with the people you're close with, and those that you are close with, and you just wanted to stay distant. When I was questioning Christine about whether or not she wanted to have relationships with those that she doesn't have relationships with, I meant me and my kids. That's devastating. That was the hardest part of the conversation for me, was when I realized when it was over what I had said, and I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah.
You see, I mean, that part itself, I can definitely agree that Christine, in my opinion, was, I don't want to say she was in the wrong. I'm going to say that she wasn't considerate at that moment in time. You know, I felt like she just responded on impulse, nerves, I don't know. But hopefully there's a conversation to be had with Robyn and Christine to maybe amend that area. Because it would be a damn shame, to be honest with you, for Christine to just take herself and her kids and just isolate herself with Janelle and I guess her kids as well, whatever, and not try and still keep that core relationship of the kids in general. I don't think the kids should I don't think the kids should suffer. But of course, I'm not saying that was Christine's intentions, but I feel like Christine's had so much time to think about her choices here. And I think, to be honest with you, she should have really been like, you know what, but no matter what, the kids will just be, the kids can, you know, we'll stay in contact, whatever. But I don't know, maybe Robyn's blown out of proportion. But I don't know, man. When it comes to kids, it's always a very sticky one of how you answer yourself and how you conduct yourself. Hey, we continue.
I'm trying to figure out how we navigate all of this now.
I think you and I will just take it as it comes and we'll just figure things out.
Because, I mean, like, now the relationship's changed, right? Because I know, like, look, you and I have done plenty of complaining about each other.
Right, but...
Like, we've said some very harsh things to Kody. We've said harsh things about each other. And so now it's different.
I think it's totally different.
Now it just seems like we focus on the common experience and the kids.
I think that it's even more than that. I think it's deeper than that for you and I. I would consider you one of my best friends. I don't know what label to put on mine and Janelle's relationship. I don't know. I don't know. The sister-wife thing, I just don't know.
I've always wanted...
Interesting. She doesn't know how to label a relationship with Janelle. I mean, honestly, Christine gets more and more confusing by the second to me, to be honest, at this moment in time. And I'm very surprised because I thought that she would have been so much more organized. To be honest with you. But she isn't. To a certain degree. Yeah. Very, very fascinating. Hey, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. You guys can let me know in the comment section, to be fair.
I've always wanted my wives to have close relationships. And it's a tragedy to me now, after all these years, and Christine trash-talking Janelle for 4 years about the one house thing. Now Janelle and Christine have a better relationship. I'm begging Janelle for a closer relationship. It feels like she's rejecting that and just choosing to have one with Christine.
I think heartache is hard and me leaving is hard. And what does that mean for her? What does that mean for our relationship in the future? And it's this whole sister-wives word. You know, if I'm not a wife, am I still a sister-wife? And are we still sister-wives when I'm not a wife? You know, it's such a weird relationship.
I don't know how a conversation about being a sister wife is even relevant at this point, because you're not a sister wife anymore. You've divorced him. To be a sister wife, you have to be still married to or be in that relationship, whatever it is, that commitment with Kody. You're not in that anymore. And also on top of that, you've already said that you only really want to stay in contact with Janelle and not the other wives. So the sister wife thing is a myth. I don't know why that's a conversation. It feels like it's a filler of the freaking episode. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know.
To navigate sometimes. You know, some days I'm really mad at Christine for giving up on me, on us. I don't think that she's a sister wife, you know? I think that you have to be married to the same guy to be considered a sister wife.
I don't know how to not be on a side or be perceived as being on a side. Christine, like, all my kids remember all the history that was, all her holiday traditions, a lot of them were you driving it. And so they're struggling too to figure out how to be in both worlds. They're not trying to choose sides, and I imagine your kids aren't either, you know what I mean?
So I want you to be picking sides. I think sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's like that, but that's not sides.
I am pulled in both directions, so, I mean, equally strong. I have my duty to my family. You know, Robyn, Kody, Meri, I have a duty there. But then I really want to be with Christine and her kids at the holidays. I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. I can't choose a side without them saying you chose a side.
Ever since...
Here's the thing. I think it's a very simple situation. I don't think it's a situation of picking sides. I think it's a situation of like, are you still married to Kody? Yes or no? Are you sticking around? Yes or no? At the end of the day, if you're still married to Kody and you're still sticking around, but at the end of the day, that means your allegiance is your commitment. It's to Kody and the other wives who are still there. So therefore, I don't know why Janelle's having this dilemma. It doesn't make any sense. It's not a conversation. It's not even a debate. It's not a choice. It's literally, I'm still married to Kody. I'm still going to stick around to be a part of this polygamous family. So therefore, I'm going to go with the family. When Christine is leaving, there's no need for you to be considering to hang around with the person that is leaving. Of course, you can want to be friends with that person, and yes, you want to keep a connection with that person, and you want to still see that person, and you still want your kids to be a part. 100%. But at the end of the day, holidays, the whole shebang, all those things that matters, you spend it with who? Your family, and your family is Kody, Robyn, and Meri, because you have not divorced. You are not walking away. I don't understand where the freaking rocket science is in that, Janelle. See what I mean? Janelle was a very interesting bit. I just can't figure her out. She's so bizarre. But anyway, we continue.
Truly found out that we were divorced. Kody's been always, well, let's get her COVID tested every week, and I can take her every weekend, and she can just hang out and sleep over Robyn, but she never has. Like, she'll go over for a couple of hours, and that's all that she wants to do. It's just a couple hours here and there.
So what would that look like? I mean, like, could she come back for the summer?
I don't think she would last the whole summer. I don't even know if she'd last a weekend, because she's never spent the night away from me.
When it comes to Julie, there's no doubt I'm going to have to travel to see her. The time will come when Christine won't even come to Flagstaff anymore, I'm sure. I don't know when that'll be, but I don't even know. There are questions to be answered that I don't have the answer for right now regarding kind of my time with Julie.
Do you think you'll remarry?
Somebody else, not Kody.
No, like, I mean,
I'm open.
Well, what do you do when you're 50 and...
It's nice to know that she's open to be married.
healthy? You just can't be alone for the rest of your life. So to me, that's like the logical thing. Like, what's next? And I'm just going to be nosy and I'm just going to ask.
It's a whole
new life,
Christine. Yes.
I hope she remarries. It's a very long time to be alone. And I hope that I like the guy. Like, you're no longer married.
No.
You're going to live in a completely different place that
Yes.
we were lived in like a decade or more ago.
Everything is like, I'm starting over again. It's so hard moving on and feeling okay all the time because I know I'm changing so much and I know I'm breaking so many hearts, but I still know that it's the right decision.
My heart is broken. And that might be why I'm so angry. It's because I'm not actually dealing with the emotion. I'm fighting it. Well,
listen, guys, that is pretty much the segment there with Janelle and Christine pretty much talking about, you know, the backlash, or not, sorry, the aftermath of everything that went down. Of course, there was feelings with other guys and whatnot. But yeah, but of course, I'll be back again with the next part of the episode itself in particular as well. But anyway, I hope you guys obviously enjoyed this way of doing installment, just breaking it down for each segment pretty much, you know what I mean, so I can get a bit more in depth with what I want to say. But nonetheless though, thank you so much for your time. Let me know what you're thinking down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and peace.